So I wondered, how do we create a site that directly connects students and employers, simplifies the process, and makes it so students find a job they love? That solution was Novus Jobs.
Novus Jobs has two types of users. User A is a student. Novus Jobs allows user A to enter metrics such as GPA, age, extracurriculars, special skills, and availability. Novus Jobs then feeds this information from a centralized employer out to user B, the business owner. Through extensive user information, we are able to send employees that are willing to work straight to the employers that want to hire them.
Our marketing plan contained two campaigns. First, we would target students of ages 16 to 18 in California with little to no job experience, and employers in need of reliable and flexible yet cost-effective employees. Through our first campaign, we would be able to effectively advertise to interested candidates on platforms such as Instagram or Twitter with virtually no cost, reaching out to 86,000 people. The second campaign, through Spotify's average user rates, could reach over 18 million.
We also found great projecting success in our financials through various surveys and varied percentages of calculation. Our primary sources of revenue would be derived from ad revenue and a monthly flat rate fee we charge our employers for using our services. $20 to put severely undercut the competition while still bringing in great profits. Whereas the ad revenue with its low cost and high revenue stayed profitable as well.
We are seeking to create a loyal customer base through our regional beta. Then we aim to expand our team with knowledgeable board of directors, helping us to grow and establish a presence at the statewide and eventually nationwide level. Our team has the utmost commitment to the cause of making job search for teens effortless and simple. And by advancing those jobs, we do not only revolutionize the teen job search industry, but make it as if its problems never existed. Those jobs. Build your future, build your team.
All right. Let me, I'm going to mute everybody except our end here. Mute everybody. There we go. And let me share a screen and I'll bring up their presentation. I think we are ready to go, and hopefully the clicker will work for you. Test it out real quick and see if it's working.
Should we point anywhere specific?
No, we had a problem earlier too, so let's see.
No worries.
Let's try this again. Let's see. Close it here. Let's stop sharing. Try it one more time, see if that's working. Okay, that's working.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right.
Now, our motto and our mission still remain the main driving force behind Novus Jobs to this day. My name is Carlos Trissimo, and I am the CEO of Novus Jobs. And we'd like to show you what building futures is all about. So I'd like to start off with our CFO, Gabriel Taggart.
Thank you, Carl. Today I would like to tell you about a problem that Novus Job addresses. It's a clear and ever-present problem in today's job market, and that is teens without jobs. Now, this is a real problem for teens because they need jobs. We've got college after high school and just life in general. Also, this is a problem for employers because that's 1 less, 10 less, 50 less employees that they are not hiring. Also, there is an extremely high turnover rate in the current job market for high schoolers. These are the problems that Novus Jobs will address.
The solution to the problem of teenage unemployment is, of course, Novus Jobs. With our centralized hub, students can enter in metrics such as age, GPA, extracurriculars, and schedule, which will create them a profile that will match the jobs that best suit their interests as well as their needs. Employers can access this pool of applicants to find students with the qualities that they desire, as well as to fulfill their own needs. By matching up students and employers perfectly, we make sure that any scheduling conflicts or employee turnover rate that might have previously existed is completely non-existent. Now, let's hear about our business model.
Our business model starts out with a $20 a month flat fee that we would charge businesses to advertise on our site. And what they get with that is direct access to teens who want to come work for them. Now, we would also offer a discount for purchasing a whole year's worth of advertising, rather than by a month-by-month basis. With that said, we plan to outreach to local businesses and offer them a free trial so they can see what Novus Jobs is really about. We plan to reach our target market of teens through social media and let them know that they now have a direct link to workers who are willing and wanting to hire them. With that said, our job market replenishes itself by half each and every year, with high schoolers being constantly funneled throughout high school. So, that is a great target market. We hope to maintain ownership throughout the initial phases of our beta and throughout the beginnings of our company. But the great thing about Novus Jobs is we can take it anywhere, whether we become a nonprofit, or rather pair with a nonprofit, or simply undergo acquisition with a larger company like Monster or Snagajob. Novus Jobs can go anywhere.
Now, you could say that the job search market is something that's growing every day. However, it is our position within that market that makes Novus Jobs truly unique. To tell you more about this, I'd like to introduce our creative director, Connor O'Brien.
We created Novus Jobs with the intention of finding a niche in the market. In order to do this, we had to examine the placement of our other competitors in the market and see how they look compared to us. Snagajob, for example, prides on the fact that they have the most jobs to offer users as an incentive for joining their program. Monster, on the other hand, uses the fact that they offer the best jobs as an incentive for users to join their platform. We adapt from Monster's viewpoint and aim to find the best jobs for high school students. This will help users not only find a job, but find a job that will suit their specific needs and along with their scheduling and qualifications. Now, we want to position ourselves to be perceived as Monster Junior or Snagajob High School. We will follow their proven and established business model, except for one difference. Our target market is high school students. Through hitting the market that they have missed entirely, we will be able to capitalize on a large percentage of a user base that they aren't even focusing on. You see, their model focuses on college students that are leaving with a degree into the professional world, or established professionals already in the industry looking for a new occupation. What they're leaving behind is all the high schoolers that aren't able to fulfill the requirements for many of the jobs listed on their website. Through this, we create a hybrid of other job website businesses, but focusing on a market that they have missed entirely.
Now, for how we reach our market, I'd like you to meet one of our marketing managers, Jeremy Pond.
Thank you, Carl. I'm Jeremy Pond, and I'm going to be speaking on how we're going to reach our target market. For our first 3 months, we are going to use marketing campaigns on major social media outlets such as Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter with a set budget of $140 per week per outlet. With that, we'll be able to reach roughly 70,000 people in our region alone. After those first 3 initial months, we will switch over to sites such as Spotify, Hulu, YouTube, and Pandora to reach a much broader audience. In the U.S. today, there are 15 million high school juniors and seniors in the U.S. Only 40% of them are employed in some way. Now, every year, half of these students go on to graduate, but thankfully for us, they are replaced by underclassmen with an ever-growing population. We tend to focus on the food and retail industries due to the fact that they heavily rely on teenage employees.
Now, our main competition would be larger firms such as Snagajob, Indeed, or Monster. And while these might be highly effective for, say, ages 19 and above, they're still very problematic for teens, such as myself. For example, one of the main problems is a lack of resources. If you're a teenager and it's your first time applying for a job, you're not sure what kind of experience you have at school could translate over to work experience. Our resume builder completely takes care of that for you. Not to mention the fact that we also have a profile hub and a vast amount of information available on our resources page. We make sure that the process of finding a job is as easy as can be for high school teenagers. Secondly, Snagajob, Indeed, and all those other sites lack centralization. If I click on a Starbucks job ad on Snagajob, I get sent to Starbucks site. If I click on a Nordstrom job ad on Indeed, I get sent to Nordstrom's site. We make sure that every single facet of the job search, from the search itself to the acquisition of the job, is all on Novus Jobs. And finally, as we said before, we completely cut into the teenage job search market, as it does not really exist. Sites like Snagajob or Monster might have a teen job search, but they still have high barriers to entry to any of the jobs they present to you. For example, being above the age of 18, having a high school diploma or a GED, or even having a bachelor's degree. We make sure that on Novus Jobs, every single job is accessible to teens. Now, of course, Novus Jobs isn't built solely and geared towards teens, and that's because we are teens building for teens. We are our market. And to talk to you more about this, our team, Connor O'Brien, Grade Rep.
The Whitney High School entrepreneurship team worked together to create the team to be involved with Novus Jobs. In order to do this, we selected a base set of managers based on their expertise in certain sections of the business plan. We believe that their background experience leads them to be the best candidate for these roles. Additionally, we have a team set aside of members that assist the managers with their responsibilities as well as cover other responsibilities that aren't listed on our team slide. Throughout this, we collect our team together as a unit to allow Novus Jobs to help our users build their future and build their team.
Novus Jobs not only build the futures of teens, but it also is very highly profitable too. One of our financial advisors, Adam Shira, has more to tell you.
An investment of $1.25 million would supply us until our break-even point, which is 32 months. Our research indicates there are approximately 446,000 food and retail businesses in California, which we would consider to be our target accounts. Our financial projections are a conservative view in terms of growth, with our first year having 2,000 accounts, our second year 7,000, third year 16,000, fourth year 38,000, and finally year 5 with 89,000. We believe that our growth will speed up after the second year once our name and brand become more well known. Our expenses will be minimal at first, mostly salaries, and as we expand, we expect revenue to exceed expenses 32 months after launch. We sat down with the local CFO to validate our financial assumptions, and we feel very comfortable that we have documented the necessary expenses associated with this venture. One final note. These projections through year 5 account for only 20% of the available market in the state of California alone. When we expand nationally, or if we receive a larger percent of the market, these projections will be substantially higher.
Now, Novus Jobs has 3 distinct goals going into the future. The first of which would be, of course, to establish ourselves as the premier teenage employment search site. And we'll do this first by running a small-scale beta capitalizing the local region. Through a local test consisting of students and employers, we'll match them for free. And with manual testing, test the functionality and feasibility of our site. Next, we'd like to acquire a much more capable programmer to make sure that every algorithm and function, be it on the application or the site itself, is working at peak efficiency. We also want a knowledgeable network of advisors, mentors, and possibly a board of directors to help establish ourselves at the statewide and then eventually nationwide level. And after that, we'd like to entertain the idea of possibly becoming a nonprofit by pushing forward for legislature to standardize high school employment, or stay within the for-profit realm and look forward to future methods of acquisition. Now, on behalf of Novus Jobs, I'd like to thank you guys for taking the time to listen to us today. My colleagues and I greatly appreciate it. And of course, we're here to answer any more questions you may further have. Thank you.
Let me unmute everybody. All right, any questions from our judges? I'll launch you off with a question.
Thank you.
I remember when I was in high school, I was always afraid trying to get a job. I was a pretty shy person. You don't have confidence when you first get that first job.
Of course.
And I know one thing now that I'm working on a big project in self-employment pathways in the gig economy. So there's jobs where you're employees, and there's jobs where you're kind of independent contractor, freelancer. Like I used to mow lawns or do auto detailing, that type of thing. Would your platform just be for employees, or would it also be like a matching service for like maybe freelancing type opportunities as well?
So it's a matching service for all aspects. If you want to hop on board, you do pay a $20 per month fee. However, that fee is much more accessible to show off your kind of abilities and whatnot than, say, an $80 fee on Snag a Job or Indeed. However, if you're a student advertising your needs and your qualities and whatnot, it is completely free. So if you're a freelancer and you want to show people what you can do, it's completely free for you.
Great. Any other questions?
No questions from Gabriela, but excellent presentation, and I love that you start this soon because it's neat.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Definitely, this is Missy. I have a question. Oh, sorry, go ahead, Jim.
Oh, go ahead, Missy. No, go ahead, Missy. It's all yours.
I loved your video. You guys have such a presence, so just amazing presentation skills. I like the way that you're presenting the company. I love the concept. It's very niche, which I have a strong background in marketing, and I like that. So whenever I consult, I look for how niche is it, how easy it is to reach the market. My question is around your marketing strategy. You mentioned that you're going to be doing digital. However, this seems like it could be really easy to target your demographic by going to high schools and working with them to help them get the word out to their students. Is that something that you guys have considered, working directly with the high schools and having them to help you with your marketing?
We've considered doing that at the regional level, but not so much so at a state level. But we would definitely be advertising to local high schools when we're through our beta phases and just getting our name out.
Perfect. Or even organizations that work with high schools too, because I understand it can be very daunting to go high school by high school, but there are opportunities sometimes to work with organizations who market to high schools in general. And so maybe getting them to help you with your efforts might save a little bit on your marketing budget.
Yeah, we noticed that some organizations have come to our school and done presentations or maybe activities that kind of involve students in what they're selling. So we actually have a budget set aside for the first couple of years that specifically goes towards physical outreach and going to schools and setting up programs there where we could help get them an account set up and get them to be on our platform.
That's perfect. Congratulations, you guys. That was a great presentation.
Thank you.
James, did you have a question out in Nashville? It's 8 o'clock your time. You're still awake, I guess.
Yeah, getting a little hungry, but well, I just wanted to say congratulations. And Chuck, I hope, yeah, it looks like you are recording this because it'd be great to review this, let's say a couple of years later and say, hey, we knew them when they were just in high school. Actually, all the high school and college competitors have done such an amazing job. I'd love to, you know, kind of like see what happens in the next year, two or 3 years. And see, you know, to see them nice, you know, famous and doing extremely well in the world of business. So again, congratulations, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you. Any other questions from our judges? All right.